I arrived here in January in a snowstorm in 1958. I shared a billet with 19 other men, with no screens or dividers. There was no modesty in our Air Force at that time. We ate 3 times a day in the airman's mess. As I recall it, there were lots of beans and chips, and more chips and beans and mash and tinned tomatoes. Occasionally they killed something and boiled it to death and put some carrots with it. But it was good fun. We never starved it. There was always plenty of it. I worked, as it happens, here in this hangar in 65 Squadron with the Hunters, which I'm standing in front of. My job was to service all the equipment, the ground equipment, that the engineers use to service the aeroplanes. They say things start at the top. Well, the 3 station commanders I served under were all Spitfire aces, fighter pilots during the war, and they knew the value of every person who served on the station, whether you were a medic, an engineer, or the guy who strapped you into your aircraft. Everybody was valuable, so it was a good, happy team. I joined the Royal Air Force to get away from a bullying, narrow home. It was awful. And when I announced to my father that I was joining the Air Force and I was going now, I had a Buse all the way up the road, so I never felt homesick. So I did my square bashing. I came here straight after my training. I came to an operational station where it was what the Air Force was all about. I came onto a squadron, which is what I really wanted, and I came onto a squadron that had got the Hunter, which I had seen first fly when I was 12 years old at Farnborough. If you look at the Hunter, it's a beautiful airplane. They say if an airplane looks right on the ground, it's right in the air. And to me, when I first saw this in the early 50s, when Neville Duke was testing it at Farnborough, and then came onto the squadron, I still have the same opinion. The Spitfire was a beautiful aeroplane, and I think that this was the Spitfire of the jet age. It's lovely. It is not just a museum of aeroplanes, it's a museum of all the people who have worked here since 1918, effectively. It's been done really well. It's been done sympathetically, and it's been done by people who really understand. It is important that we keep this museum going, growing, but understanding not only the history and the present day, but what is going to come in the future.